Hi, my name is Tananarive.
And I'm Stephen Barnes.
I teach Afrofuturism at UCLA, and I'm the co-host of the Life Writing Podcast with this guy, Stephen Barnes. And I've been so thrilled that my latest novel, The Reformatory, has won more awards, a Bram Stoker Award, or World Fantasy Award, LA Times Book Prize, than any other book I've ever
Oh, I'm
written.
so jealous.
And it's been the most successful novel in my career, which brings me a lot of joy. But let's face it, it's so hard to feel joyful now when the powers that be are upending systems to try to overwhelm us and make us afraid.
Remember, confusion is a tactic, it's a strategy.
Well, the reformatory started with pain, a hidden chapter in my family's history, and then the uncertainty of the 2020 pandemic and the chaos of a new presidential administration. Does that sound familiar?
Indeed.
So writing the reformatory really helped keep me centered and inspired and made me hopeful that I could create change in the future by writing about the hardships of the past. That's one version of Afrofuturism. And I'm not alone. So many of your favorite writers use their pain and fear to create power, especially during stressful times. I'm looking for the same things many of you are: artistic expression, empowerment, and a community where we can all create a vision for a better future.
Okay. So, again, I'm a novelist and television writer and a teacher, and I'd like to tell you a story. That storytelling is sort of the thing I do. Once upon a time, there was a little black boy in Los Angeles being raised by his mother and sister. His father was not there. The world seemed a threatening place. He fled into stories of space and monsters and time travel. But he noticed that movies like When Worlds Collide would save all the white people and let everyone else die. So he took his pain of having no father, of being small and weak, of feeling unseen, into creating fantasy and science fiction stories and trying to build a life, creating the stories that that little boy desperately needed. See, I was kind of trying to create the stories that I myself wish I'd been able to see. For 20 years, my friend Octavia Butler and I were the only Black science fiction writers in the world. Chip Delaney had left the field. And while it was unspeakably lonely, we believed the fight was worth it and that the world would eventually change if we never stopped, like drops of water falling on a rock and eventually wearing it away. And the truth is, it has changed. Writing, I guess at the beginning, it helped me to dump my stress and fear, but ultimately it helped me support my family and find my soulmate, put my kids through college. I've built a whole life there now. And at this point in my life, I'm starting to ask, what can I do to help others? The meaning of life, according to the Dalai Lama, is to escape suffering, embrace joy, and be of service. So how can I be of service? I want to, there's a massive stress that's hitting my community and my country as a whole. And my answer is I want to create an army of 1,000 artists committed to a better world, armed not just with writing skills, but an understanding of how to apply them to earn and teach and transform. To this end, I mean, for years we've been creating courses, but now finally I see how to create something special, a community, a continuing contact with fellow artists and writers following tested paths to health, love, and success. And the first step on that path is the amazing science fiction Afrofuturism workshop we did just 10 days ago. I created it with my partner, the stupendous Tananarive. Please take it away.
I taught in graduate level writing programs for 10 years, maybe longer, and I'm still teaching Afrofuturism at UCLA. But I've always wanted to take the principles I teach that also help guide my writing and share them more widely outside of a university system and without those high university fees. Because we don't have the overhead of a college, we can offer the good stuff at vastly lower fees. And beyond that, we offer something no one else can. We're leading an ongoing community of writers and artists so we can support you while you support each other. And it's especially urgent now when every headline is sending so many people I know into an emotional spiral. And writing is one of the best liberation practices there is. That's a lesson I learned when I was a child, when my hometown of Miami was burning because my community was in so much pain. And my late mother told me how lucky I was that I could express my pain and my hope in my writing. This course is the best one we've ever created. But don't believe me. Listen to this review. One of our students, Olabimpe, said.
Now, understand something. We have to say that these results are not typical. We can't promise you that, but this is honestly what our students have been saying, quote unquote. Hi, Tananarive and Steve. I've been working on an idea for a novel and feeling very confused about where to begin. And all of my questions were answered in this session before I could even formulate them. I can't believe how much valuable, tangible information was shared. And I've never even been a part of a workshop that was this directly empowering to my writing journey. Not a single second was wasted. And I'm so grateful that I got to be in that virtual room. Well, I love that review, and our intention now is to let all of you into that virtual room. Our course at www.writerwebinar.com is everything I wish someone had given me as a child. It teaches what science fiction is and how it evolved, what Afrofuturism is. It's a specific branch of fantasy, and by studying the works of Octavia Butler, Samuel Delany, and frankly, myself, kind of created we were there before the term was even created. So I have to take some ownership of that. This is the branch of fantasy that was created by and about African Americans, diasporic peoples. It is our mythology. And that is critical because if you let others create your story, you're going to be a red shirt in their story. You're going to be a secondary, disposable character in their story. The answer is you. It's in your heart. Through understanding what mythology, fantasy, science fiction, and yes, Afrofuturism are and how to create them, you get to share your vision with the world. In this amazing lecture, you'll not only get 3 solid hours of the best exploration of science fiction and Afrofuturism ever created, the only one created by actual Afrofuturism teachers, consumers, and pioneers. And we love this stuff. We create the stuff. We teach this stuff. But also Tananarive's exclusive Essays on Writing book and my classic Life Writing for Writers book, teaching you how to use story structure in your stories to build your career and to build a successful life, even in the midst of stress when the powers that be don't want you to thrive. And what is stress? Well, we know what stress is. It is absence of that beautiful explanation of what we all want in life, the toast of our friends south of the border: health, love, money, and time to enjoy them. Let me ask you a question. When you close your eyes, can you see a better world? Can you envision a world of joy and self-expression, of equality and fairness, where you are rewarded in direct proportion to your contributions? Write that world. Share your vision. Create a map to it in your stories just by telling the truth of what you feel and see.
This Black History Month, we're especially thinking about how to heal and uplift Black families and communities. But this course is such a deep dive into universal writing principles. It's also for allies and anyone who feels more marginalized and voiceless during these really scary times. The late, great Octavia E. Butler and writers like N.K. Jemisin, Victor Laval, and African futurist Nnedi Okorafor have taken their fear and hope to create works of power that inspire not only them, but countless readers. And since there's such a huge inherited wealth gap, let's talk about it. We don't want to just teach writers craft in theory. We're teaching you how to get published.
How to get paid for your dreams.
Be the writer who can every day do the work that will lead them to this destiny. Clarify the world you want. Imagine yourself joyfully creating stories, books, screenplays, having so much fun that you can create a reward for that work.
Now, you can take that work and you can take what you're already doing. What you need is not just a goal, you need a process that will take you to your goal. That's what's needed right now, where you every day can see, am I walking that road? And you're going to learn my famous life writing pattern that has so far never failed to produce a selling writer. Can you see your name in print If you're willing to work hard and follow direction, we have gathered the wisdom of dozens of professional writers like Octavia Butler, Harlan Ellison, Robert Heinlein, Ursula K. Le Guin, and more into 6 simple steps. And if you can keep your promises to yourself, we can get you on that path. And the beautiful thing is that when you create an artistic path, just walking it takes you out of stress, escape suffering. And if you will feed your love and fear, your hopes and dreams into your work, you are also changing the world. And isn't that really what we all want, to make the world just a little bit better for our children? We're creating this and we're taping this during Black History Month. This is the time to not just understand our history and perhaps to reinterpret it, but to create dreams of the hidden reality of our current lives and also futures that motivate us, that stir our passions, that inspire us as well as warn. And to do that, you will need community. None of us can do this alone. We all need mentors, teachers, allies, and companions on the journey. So we have the ultimate extra for you. In addition to everything else, starting in March, we're going to be doing something that we call Life Writing Professional. You'll get 2 free months of this. It's of biweekly lectures, workshopping, networking, and support from a positive community that believes in you and believes in your future. You'll be with other artists and writers who are studying the same strategies as used by Octavia and myself and Tananarive to build our careers. And we will open our professional Rolodex to bring you some of our friends, allies, and mentors. If you follow the Life Writing Podcast, you know we know fun folks. We are not bluffing. Imagine being mentored by them. But we also care about your health and your heart as well as your bank book. We want the whole you to step forward. We need leaders to heal our communities. And if you have watched this all the way through, that is you. That's what you really want to be. You want to be a leader. You want to make a difference. You want to protect your family and your tribe and your own heart. Life Writing Professional, all by yourself, is designed to be worth more than the price of the science fiction course.
So we ask you, are you willing to choose hope over fear, a glorious future over a painful past, to believe in yourself, to create the future you and your family deserve? I think so, actually. Artists and writers can and do lead the way.
Yes, we do.
And if you're willing to tell the truth, work hard, support others, and be supported, this is a path you've been looking for, and you are the student that we seek.
Without a vision, people perish. Help create that vision. Trust yourself. Trust that impulse that inside you that says, I can do this. I can see this, and step into your dream. Get the Science Fiction Afrofuturism Workshop today and begin your journey. Just click the button or go to www.writerwebinar.com and be the hero in the adventure of your lifetime.
The future is yours if you dare to dream and share your dreams with the world.